after the Secret Door 2, we got left on a huge cliffhanger where everyone was left wondering if Does Bad Things Guy truly died. And in future videos after this, Brooklyn Guy would start acting really weird, which fans would start to take notice immediately.
He shot the real one! He shot the real one!
Nah, that's not Brooklyn Guy. That's not Brooklyn Guy.
I feel like he did not shoot the right person.
Why is he acting so strange? That's definitely not Brooklyn Guy.
That's not the real Brookie. That is not the real Brookie.
So I went back and really dived deep into this mystery to unlock the truth about everything, starting off with the real reason why everybody thinks that Does Bad Things Guy is still alive and how this all started. For this, we have to go all the way back to the big decision in the Secret Door 2, where Marvin has to choose the right Brooklyn Guy to murder, as they both look the exact same and say the exact same things.
Oh my god! I don't know which Brooklyn Guy's the real Brooklyn Guy!
Oh, come the f*** on. This doesn't really happen. I mean, we both have bloody bandages on our head. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, clearly this is a bad situation for Marvin to be in. However, Marvin would ultimately decide to ask a series of questions that only the real Brooklyn Guy would know. However, Marvin absolutely sucked at this and asked the worst possible questions, up until he asked them to sing the Baby Back Ribs song, which both Brooklyn Guys would duet. However, the one on the right would say the final barbecue sauce part, which led Marvin to assume that he was the real one.
Barbecue sauce. Oh, God. If you didn't do so many bad things, we could be friends.
Wait, why didn't you sing the ending part? Only one of you sang the ending.
Well, obviously, I mean, he had the barbecue sauce part. Barbecue sauce.
No, I don't like that. I'm shooting you. You're done.
What? You're not gonna shoot?
After this, things seemed to go back to normal, as Brooklyn Guy would heal everybody up and seem relatively normal again. However, in between all of this, he would keep teasing and scaring everyone while they all looked insanely shocked by everything. However, at the very end is where things got really bad, as the camera would zoom into Brooklyn Guy's face with eerie background music and a scary effect. Then the video would abruptly end with a creepy sound effect and no SML question. Well, we now officially got left on a huge cliffhanger. And off the bat, fans already assumed that Marvin killed the wrong Brooklyn Guy.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's not the real Brookie. That is not the real Brookie.
This is genuinely SML's darkest ending. The fact that Marvin got rid of the real Brooklyn Guy is crazy, because any Brooklyn Guy we see in the future could be a complete and utter fake. However, this whole story isn't over yet, as in every video after this, Brooklyn Guy would be acting off in a way. Things would start off small. In SML movie Joseph Gets Hantavirus, where Brooklyn Guy wouldn't care that Junior literally was murdering Joseph, while the actual Brooklyn Guy, who is also a cop, probably would have cared.
Okay. Shh, let it happen. Let it happen. Breathe, dude. Let it happen. Okay, so you're just gonna kill him then?
Let it happen. Let it happen.
Clearly, this wasn't normal off the bat. However, a more underrated detail that many fans didn't notice was his overall mannerism, as in the video, he seemed to be way more rude towards Junior and his friends, which modern Brooklyn Guy wouldn't do even when he's really mad.
Nobody fucking touched it! I didn't touch it! I didn't touch it! I didn't touch it! You were fucking wrong! Waste of my goddamn time! Wait, call me over here just for this. It doesn't even fucking work!
Why, you're supposed to be a damn engineer? Yeah, you go to college? You're an adult!
Now, this detail is small, but crucial, as you really have to pay attention to everything, from attitude to basic red flags. And some people would actually notice details like this, dating back to the Secret Door 2. Poopy does such a good job portraying the differences in tone and mannerisms between Does Bad Things Guy and Brooklyn Guy, while still making them similar enough to be identical twins. Well, that was really it for Joseph Gets Hantavirus. However, in the next video is where things would really step up. But before I tell you about that, don't think I'm gonna let you get away without hearing about today's sponsor, Polybuzz. Polybuzz lets you chat with AI versions of people, ranging from your favorite cartoon characters to celebrities and so much more. Personally, I decided to talk to an AI version of Jeffy, and let's just say he responded exactly how you'd expect him to. So the first thing I asked him was, Jeffy, what have you been doing all day?
I
tried to see if I could flush my diaper down the toilet, but it got stuck. So I used a plunger. Then the plunger got stuck, so I flushed that too. And now the toilet makes scary noises.
Anything else?
Yeah, I drew a picture on the wall with a hammer.
With a hammer?
Yeah, it didn't draw, so I hit the wall harder. Now there's a window in the bathroom.
Yeah, that checks out. You can have full conversations with these characters, joke with them, roast them, or whatever you want to do. The possibilities are literally endless. And on top of that, you can even add your own versions of characters inside the app. So you already know I'm adding Pumpkin Guy. He is about to yap me to sleep. If you guys want to try it for yourselves, make sure to click the link in the description or the pinned comment. It's free to download, and if you use my promo code SML67, it unlocks premium features in the app with a free trial. Huge thanks to Polybuzz for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to the theory. And in the very next video, SML movie Marvin forgets to hang up, Brooklyn Guy would start becoming way more sus. Starting off with the first suspicious detail, which was how Brooklyn Guy was hiding under Marvin's couch and somehow got inside without Marvin ever letting him in.
What?
Is she going?
What? Brooklyn Guy?
Is the going?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking party. She's gone. Woo, I got beer.
How long were you under the couch?
Yeah, just a while. I was hiding there until she left.
How'd you know she was going out of town?
Well, I heard you guys talking about it.
When did you get here?
Oh, a while back. Listen, Marvin, you're thinking about it too much. The point is the bitch is gone. Let's party.
Now, this right here is a really huge red flag, because how would Brooklyn Guy get inside of Marvin's house without him coming out of the secret door? This is due to the fact that Does Bad Things Guy literally lives in the secret room, which we would get confirmation of all the way back in part 1 of the secret door. And him overhearing everything makes sense as well, as in the secret door too, we would also see him do this when Marvin called Brooklyn Guy to come over, so it's likely that he did this again, hence how he knew. And if you pair all these conveniently placed eerie background music themes together, things just make so much more sense. But that's not even it, as after this, we would see Marvin bring out the Blumpkin button, which would prompt Brooklyn Guy to ask what it is.
Blumpkin button.
What is that?
It's a You know what the Blumpkin button is. You press it, a genie shows up and gives us Blumpkin.
Oh, yeah, the Blumpkin button.
Yeah! All right.
Now, this is super weird, as Brooklyn Guy should know what that button is, as in SML movie Jeffy's Magical Genie 2, he was there, and he even revealed that he also has a Blumpkin button.
I know, I found one time in your front yard.
What, you did?
Yeah.
What'd you wish for?
A Blumpkin button, obviously.
You wish for a Blumpkin button too?
Yeah, it's fun. You press it, you get a Blumpkin.
I mean, what can I say? The evidence literally doesn't stop, as this quite literally does not add up. Because why would Brooklyn Guy not know what that button is when he literally owns one? However, we are still not done with the red flags, as after this, Brooklyn Guy makes Marvin play a game where you touch things while blindfolded, and the objective of the game is to guess what each item is. And the things Brooklyn Guy brought out were really weird, as they consisted of a toy brain, toy teeth, batteries, and Elmo for some reason. However, the main objects were the toy teeth and the toy brain, as these are obviously a part of the human body, and we can assume that Does Bad Things Guy is obsessed with these things, so it only makes sense for him to have this stuff. But this isn't even as bad compared to the last red flag that we see, which is how Brooklyn Guy literally has a maggots collection, which Marvin would eat after the genie told him that he has to eat 10 in order to exchange the button for a different wish.
Oh, I've got maggots.
You have maggots?
Yeah, I collect them. I got a maggot farm. I actually brought a cup with me.
What?
There you go, some maggots.
Well, why would you bring those with you?
Oh, they're my pets. Look at them. We got Ralphie, and we got Huey, and Dewey, and Louie.
This is clearly psychopath activity that the real Brooklyn Guy definitely wouldn't do. And yet again, we hear the eerie music, which at this point pretty much confirms everything, along with the fact that maggots commonly eat decaying bodies, hence why it would make sense for Does Bad Things Guy to have them. After this, fans were in utter shock, and at this point, everyone believed that this was indeed Does Bad Things Guy, guy. Yeah, that's definitely does bad things guy. Maggots usually feed off dead stuff. The music, that's does bad things guy. Clearly, everyone was believing it. However, the next video would be a bit more confusing, as it would actually be SML movie Chef Pee Pee Quits Part 7. Now, the reason why this video is confusing is due to the fact that it's a series video that is continued all the way back from 2015. So this most likely wouldn't be canon to the actual SML. However, in the video, Brooklyn Guy had a similar trait to Joseph Gets Hantavirus, which is how, in a way, he wanted people to die. Basically, in the video, Chef Pee Pee would become a lifeguard. However, most of the time, he would just motorboat beach girls' tatas and fail to save a girl, which led Brooklyn Guy to ban him from saving people?
Okay, well in that case, I officially ban both of you from being lifeguards due to negligence. What?
Now, at first, Brooklyn Guy banning them from being lifeguards sounds normal on paper. However, things got super weird once Chef Pee Pee heroically saved Junior and Braxton's lives. And instead of Brooklyn Guy praising him and possibly giving him a second chance, he would still arrest Chef Pee Pee as if he didn't want them saved and wanted them to die.
Hey, that was very heroic, and it was also very illegal. You're under arrest.
Wait, what? No.
Come on, you come move me.
Clearly, this is a really big red flag. However, you can honestly take this how you want, as this video does take place in 2015, so this one could honestly mean anything. Naturally, the assumption would be that's Does Bad Things Guy, but since this series takes place in 2015, it's actually Brooklyn Guy. However, this doesn't really matter, as we would also basically get confirmation from Lance that this has been Does Bad Things Guy, and we see this in the title of the behind the scenes for SML movie Marvin Forgets to Hang Up. Lance would title the video Brooklyn Guy is acting weird. Now, this right here is basically a confirmation that this is Does Bad Things Guy in the videos, and Brooklyn Guy is indeed dead, which in a way sucks, as it would have been better if they kept this 100% a mystery. However, we have to remember that at the end of the day, Lance could be trying to trick us with this title, as in the video, they don't directly confirm that it's Does Bad Things Guy. However, the title alone makes this possible. They're not even trying to hide it. It's literally confirmed Brooklyn Guy is dead. Well, now that we got everything related to this mystery out of the way, let's dive into the fun part, which is actually theorizing when we will see the conclusion of The Secret Door 2 happen. Now, this actually has a few possibilities, starting off with the one that's more likely, and would overall be cooler to see, which is how we see the truth be revealed in Jeffy's 22nd birthday. A little while ago, I made a video theorizing about what will happen on Jeffy's 22nd birthday, and in the video, it's pretty clear that at the time, there wasn't an actual good idea that was possible to happen. However, Does Bad Things Guy being alive again would lead us perfectly into Jeffy's 22nd birthday, where we could possibly see Does Bad Things Guy try to kill Jeffy and everyone for good this time. And we could also see Brooklyn Guy make a deal with God to return to Earth. Or maybe the devil, I don't know where he is. But this would allow us to finally end Does Bad Things Guy off. And this theory is on the more popular side, as many fans have already started to assume that this will happen whenever we see the continuation to The Secret Door 2. Since the real Brooklyn Guy is dead, he goes back to heaven and makes a deal with God to come back to Earth. I exactly thought of this too. Wait, he might be onto something. Now, while this theory is definitely the best and most plausible, the other theory is essentially a plot similar to this. However, they don't do it on Jeffy's 22nd birthday, and instead simply make The Secret Door 3. But not only can we see a revolutionary story be built with this, but we can also get the opportunity for Logan to finally introduce Does Good Things Guy into the lore, and he could possibly help kill Does Bad Things Guy, which would be awesome to see. I feel like Does Good Things Guy is gonna somehow help. Well, this mystery is clearly one of the biggest mysteries we've ever seen in SML, and if you have any theories about this, make sure to drop it in the comments below. Also, while you're still here, check out Polybuzz in the pinned comment, and make sure to use my code SML67 to sign up. It helps the channel more than you could ever imagine. Thanks, guys.